anybody can tell me how to find a decimal form of irrational number? If I ask you what is the value of root 2 without looking at the book or without finding out with the help of calculator, can you tell me the value of root 2? How to find out the value of root 2, root 3, root 5, root 17? Yes, anyone want to say anything about how to find out the value of irrational number using without using calculator or without looking at your book? Yes, anyone know this? Anyone has curiosity how to find out the decimal form of irrational number? It is not included in your syllabus, but I will show it to you. We will have some practice and then we will move forward to your actual content of your chapter, real number or number system. Okay, so we will see how to find out irrational number using long division method. So basically it is different from your regular division method. So what we do when we have to find out the decimal form of rational number, what we do, we just do division, right? We have to use same method. We will use division method only, but it's little bit different than our normal division. Okay, so what you have to do is, so we use decimal, we can find out the decimal form of irrational number by using division method. You can also call it as long division method, since you are getting non-terminating, non-recurring form of your irrational number. Okay, so what you have to do is, first of all, whenever you want to find out the decimal form of any irrational number, what you are going to do is, you are going to write it down in the form of this. Okay, so suppose some number is like this. I want to find out the value of root 236. Is root 236 is a perfect square? Yes, anybody? Is root 36 is a yes of which number? Is it perfect square? Yes. Is it perfect square?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Then who was saying it is a perfect square? It's not a perfect square. So if you want to find out the decimal form of 236, how to write this number in this long division method? So what you have to do is, you have to write down this number like this. Okay, then you have to make groups. So after that you will make group of 220. Okay, now this is one group, sorry, and this is how it goes. Okay, so this is how you are going to do grouping. Grouping is very important while doing long division method. Okay, now suppose you have to find out the value of root 2. So what you are going to do is, you are going to write down 2 here. After that you will add decimal point, and then after that you have to make 2 zeros group. Okay, when we are doing normal our division, what we do is, if I want to find out 3 by 4, what I am going to do is, I am going to write 3 over here. Then since it is not divisible by 4, I will directly take a decimal over here and add 1 0. But in case of long division, we directly add 2 0 in the next step. So this is how it differs from your normal division method. Okay, now, so this is the first thing you have to do. Then you have to look for this number. Now tell me the number which is come before your number 2, which is a perfect square. Now since we know 1 is the number which is a perfect square before 2, so we will take 1 over here. Now many of you must have doubt. If we want to find out the square root of root 5, in that case, are we going to take 4 here? Since 4 is the perfect square, right? So we should take 4 over here, right? Am I right? Yes, anyone? Yes? No, you don't have to take 4 over here. So what we are going to do is, we are going to take square root of that number. So first of all, what you have to do is, you have to look for this number. So 2 is number. So the number which is less than 2 and it is a perfect square. So it is a 1 and square root of 1 is 1. That's why we have taken 1 over here. But in case of 5, the perfect square is 4, which is less than 5. But we are not going to take 4 over here. We are going to take 2, the square root of that number. So make sure that you are taking square root of that number over here and not the number, the perfect square. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, now look at this number. So it is slightly different than our normal division method. So what we are going to do is, if we are taking 1 over here, we are going to multiply it by 1 only. So 1 into 1 will be 1. So we are taking 1 over here. Now if you see, there are 2 sides over here. One is on left hand side and one is on right hand side. So on the left hand side, we are going to add this number, and on the right hand side, we are going to do subtraction that we do in normal division method. Since I am multiplying this number by 1, I am going to write it over here. So 1 into 1. So here 1. Since I am multiplying it by 1, I am writing 1 over here. So I will get 1. So 2 minus 1 will be 1, right? After that, since there is no other number after 2, I will add decimal over here and I will take this set of 2 zeros over here. So I will get 100 over here. Now how to choose next number? And also we need to do the addition of these 2 1. So 1 plus 1 will be how much? 2. After 2, you have to make 1 vacant place over here. And we have to look for the number, that which number we will put over here. So how to find out that? So we have to take number when we will multiply with that number to this number. So suppose, so I am taking 1 over here. Okay. So 1 into 1 will be how much? 21, which is far much less than 100, don't you feel? Okay. If I am taking 2 over here, okay. So 22 into 2 will be 44. Again, it is very much smaller than 100. If I am taking 25 into 5, so this will be 125, right? But this is greater than this one. So if I am multiplying 24 into 4, it will be 96, which is less than 100 and nearer to the 100. So we must choose the number over here, so that when we multiply by that number to this whole number, it should be less than this number but nearer to the number which is present over here. Okay, that's why we have taken 4 over here. Okay, and since we are multiplying by 4, we are writing 4 over here. Okay, now 100 minus 96 will be 4, right? So after getting 4, we are taking another sets of 0 over here. Okay, now we have to add this 24 plus 4, so that will be 28. Again, there will be vacant place over here. Now, what if I am taking 2 over here in this vacant place? So 2 into 2 will be how much? 4. Then 2 8s are 16. Then 2 2s are 4, and this is 564, which is far more than 400. So I can cannot take 2 over here, so I have taken 1 over here. So if I am multiplying 281 by 1, I am getting 281, which is less than 400, and it is somewhat nearer to 400, because 564 will be more than 400, and I will get some minus answer over here, and that I cannot afford, right? So I am taking 281 over here. Okay, and since I am multiplying it by 1, I am writing 1 over here, and then you have to add this number. So you have to make sure you are adding 1 plus 1, so this will be 2, 8, 2. So number is getting added on the right hand side of your number. Okay, and you have to subtract 281 from 400, and you will get 119. Again, you have to take next set of zeros, and we will apply same procedure. So what you will get a decimal form of root 2, which is non-terminating and non-recurring. So you will get n number of number after this. So if you proceed for this division, there is no end for this division. Okay, since you are getting non-terminating and non-recurring number. So I hope you have understood how to find out decimal form of any irrational number. Now in this case, suppose I want to find out the value of root 3. So what I am going to do is I am going to write 3 over here, then set of zeros over here, right? Then which number is perfect square, which is less than 3? So again 1 is there, so I am going to take square root of 1, which is 1 only. So I'm going to multiply 1 into 1, so it is 1 only. So I will write 1 over here since I'm multiplying it by 1. Okay, then 1 plus 1 will be 2. You have to make this place vacant. Okay, so 3 minus 12 will be 2, and then I will take second set of zeros. Since there is decimal after 3, I'm going to add decimal over here. Okay, then I have to look for the number which is less than 200 but nearer to the 200. So if I am taking 5, I will get 125, which is less than 200, but it is not the nearer to 200. So if I am taking 28, what will be the number? So 8 8 is 64, right? And 8 2 is 16. So it will be how much? 2 and 4. How much? 1. Yes? Yes, anyone?
224.
So again it will be more than your 200, so I cannot take 8 as the number, so I will go for 7 over here. So 7 7 is 49, and 7 2 is 14 plus 4 8 189, which is less than 200 and which is nearer to 200. So again you have to subtract, then you have to take next set of zeros. Since you are multiplying by 7 over here, you have to write down 7 over here. Then you have to add these two numbers. So 7 plus 7 will be 14, and 2 plus 1 will be 3, so 34, and there is again one vacant place over here, and then you have to decide which number should be placed over here. So this is how you can find out the decimal form of irrational number using long division method. So you can call it as long division method. Why long division method? Since we are getting non-terminating, non-recurring form of irrational numbers. Okay, so have you understood? Yes, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So do it for root 5 and tell me
Yes,
the
ma'am.
answer.
Yes.
Please do not use calculator or your book for the answer. Calculate on your own. Okay, do it. You have 5 minutes and tell me the answer for root 5.
Ma'am, for which one?
Sorry.
For root 5, right?
Yes, for root 5. For root 5, you have to find out the decimal form of root 5. You can find out now. You can find out the decimal form of any number, any irrational number using this method. Do it properly. Yes, done. Anyone? Go at least for 4 decimal after decimal point. 4 digits after decimal point. 4 is sufficient. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Tell
ma'am.
me the answer. Yes,
Ma'am,
Siddharth.
2.2360. 2.2360
Very good.
till 4 decimal digits.
Okay. Then find out. You can also find out the answer for 40. Root 40. Find out the value of root 40. Yes. So for root 40, which number you will consider? Yes.
6.
Okay. Why 6? Because 36 is a
6
perfect.
is at 36.
Yes. So before 40 there is 6 which has perfect square, right? Very good. Do it and tell me the answer. So tell me the answer.
Ma'am, it is 6.324.
Very good. Very good. So you have to find out the values of root 10, root 18. Also, you can find out the value for root 40, and then you can find out the value for 69, root 69. So you have to find out this value. This is your homework. Take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this. I'm going to ask you square of any of this number. So make sure you are taking a screenshot of this and try to remember. So if you see, there is some trick by which you can remember the squares till 30. So what you have to do is you have to use 4, 4. If you see over here, so 4, 4 is repeating 2 times, okay? 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 1, 8 and 9, okay? Then till 24, till 25, you have to remember the square of 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. But after 26, if you see, this 76 is getting repeated. So the last 2 digit of square of 24 and last 2 digit of square of 26 are the same. Okay, same is the case for 23 and 79. Same is the case for 84 and 28, and same is the case for 21 and 29. So this is how you can remember the squares of number till 30. So make sure you are doing it now. If you see, and now we will see how we do operation regarding rational and irrational number. So if you see, the rational and irrational number addition subtraction is similar that we use in what you can say the variables, the rules that we use in case of variables. So if you know, can you add x plus 2? Yes, tell me, can you add these two numbers?
No, ma'am.
Can I add x plus y?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Can I multiply x into 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Can I divide x by 2?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Can I subtract x minus 3?
No.
So same are the rules for your rational and irrational numbers. So just mute yourself and then we will discuss. So if you see, you will use same rules for your rational and irrational number. So if you see, we can add 2 plus 3, okay, because those two are both are your rational number. We can multiply this number, we can divide this number, we can subtract this number, because these are your rational number, right? Also, if those are in fraction form, then also we can add this number, we can subtract this number, so we can do n number of we can do all mathematical operation using two rational number, and we will tend to get answer in rational form. Am I right? Yes, the answer of this all operation will be rational number. Yes, yes, tell me, yes or no?
Yes.
So it will be rational number na? 2 plus 3 will be 5, 2 into 3 will be 6, 3 minus 2 will be 1, 2 by 3 will be some 0.66, right? So again it's a rational number, non-terminating recurring form. Here also I will get some answer. So when I am doing operation of any 2, 3, 4 irrational number, I will tend to get answer in rational number form. But what about irrational number? If I am doing some operation between rational number and irrational number, forget about rational number and irrational number. What if I am doing some operation between two rational number? Can I add root 3 plus 2? Yes, tell me. Can I add these two numbers?
Yes.
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 So
Yes.
tell me the answer of this.
Root 5. Root 5.
So exactly it is wrong. See, can I add x plus y? Yes, tell
No,
me.
ma'am.
No, na? So we are using same rule for your irrational number. I cannot add these two numbers. I will put it in this same form, but I cannot add this number. But tell me, if I have something like this, x plus 3s, can I add these two numbers? Yes,
ma'am.
tell me. So it will
Yes,
be 4x. Same is the case for your irrational number. If you have something like this, root 3 plus root 3, so it will be how much?
Root 6.
Then how much? Yes. So it will be 2 root 3, right? You have to use same method what you are using over here. If there is nothing, you consider it as 1, right? Here it is 3. So 1 plus 3 will be 4x, right? So here there is nothing. That means it is 1.
So we have to consider the number as variable, irrational number.
So not very. You will be apply same rule for addition, subtraction. So all operation that we are doing with your irrational number, you have to apply same rules for those irrational number. So here, if you have same two numbers, so suppose here is 2 root 3 plus root 3. So this will be 3 root 3. Got it? So this is how. What if you have something like this? 2 root 3 minus 6 root 3. So answer of this will be how much? Minus 4
Minus
root 3.
4 root 3.
Very good. So this is how you have to do. You have to consider this number as a variable so that you can apply those rules. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I multiply two irrational numbers? Yes. Tell me. If I have something like this,
Yes, ma'am.
3 into root 6. So what will be the answer for this?
Root 18.
Okay. So we will use same. So if you see, if we are considering two variables, we can multiply these variables, right? So it will be how much? xy, right? So same is the case for this. So this will be root 18. So yes, I can multiply two irrational numbers. Okay. If you want to simplify this, you can also write it down in this form. So 9 into 2 is 18, right? But 9 is perfect square, right? So I can write it in this form. Okay. So I can also write root 18 in this form. Got it, everyone?
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. What about division? Can I do division of two irrational
Yes, ma'am.
numbers?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if I have 25 over here and I have root 5 over here, so can I divide them? Yes, because we can divide two
Yes.
variables also, right? So this will be something like this. This will come under same square root. Okay. So root 25 upon 5. So this will be, the answer of this will be root 5. Okay. So this is how you can divide two irrational number. Now, these are the case for if you have two irrational numbers. What if I have something like this? 3 plus root 3. So one is rational number and another one is irrational number. Can I add these two numbers? Yes.
No.
Why not?
And because how can we add a rational and a irrational number?
Okay. So can I multiply these two numbers? 3 into root 3.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I divide root 3 by 3
Yes.
or 3 by root 3? Or can I subtract 3 root 3 from 3? Yes. Yes, tell me. Can I subtract root 3 from 3? Yes?
No.
Okay. Why not? Can you tell me, can I subtract root 3 from 3?
No, ma'am.
Why not? So basically, if you see, consider just for remembering ki what are the rules for addition subtraction of rational irrational number. Just consider for the time being that this irrational number is nothing but your variable. So you cannot add 3 plus x. You know this rule, right? So you cannot add these two numbers. You cannot subtract these two numbers, rational number and irrational number. But yes, you can multiply these two numbers because we can multiply 3 into x, right? We will get 3x, right? The same is the case for this. We will get 3 root 3 over here. Okay. Can we divide x by 3? Yes, we can do it. So if it is like 9x by 3, we will do it 3x. Okay, or something like this, 3x square upon let's say x. So it can be 3x, right? Same is the case for this. So you can divide this. So root 3 upon 3 will be, I can write it in the form of root 3. So root 3 into root 3 will be 3, right? So answer of this will be root 3 will get cancelled, 1 upon root 3. Right? Same is the case for this. So 3 upon 3 you can write in the root 3 form, right? So root 3 into root 3 upon root 3. So answer of this will be root 3 because root 3 will get cancelled. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to use the rules that we use in case of variables. The rules that we use for addition, subtraction, multiplication or division of different variables. We have to use same rules for addition, subtraction of your irrational numbers. See, rational number we know how to add rational number because we do that in our day-to-day life. But for irrational number, we use the rule which are same for your addition, subtraction of variables. Okay. Now, in case of rational number, what we know is when we are adding two rational numbers or we are subtracting two rational numbers, we tend to get answer in the rational form, right? What about your irrational number? If you are adding two irrational number, let's suppose like this. So, is this number is a rational number or irrational number? Just tell me. Will it be rational or irrational?
Irrational.
Irrational.
Why irrational? Yes.
Cannot be represented in the form of p by q. No.
Yes. Because if you find out the value of root 3 using long division method or anything else, you will tend to get something, the number which is non-terminating and non-recurring, right? And if you multiply that number with the rational number, you tend to get irrational number, right? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Yes,
what
ma'am.
if I am multiplying root 3 into root 3?
Yes, ma'am.
So what will be the answer of this? Is it rational number or irrational number? Yes?
Irrational.
Who said irrational?
Ma'am.
Yes, why irrational? What will be the answer of this? So root 3 into root 3 will be root 9. Am I right? 3 into 3 will be 9, right?
It should be 3.
The square root of root 9 will be, or square root of 9 will be 3. So this is rational number. So it is not necessary. See, if you are taking 3 into 6, root 6, in this case you will get something like this, root 18. So this is rational or irrational number? Irrational number, because 18 is not perfect square. But in this case you got irrational number. Rational number. So you cannot say the multiplication of two number, you will get, after multiplying two irrational number, you will get rational number or irrational number. It will depend. But you can definitely say that the addition or subtraction of two rational number, two rational or rational and irrational number and two irrational number, we will tend to get some rational number or rational number form. For example, if I am adding one rational number and one irrational number, this number will be definitely irrational number, right? If I am adding two irrational number, whether it is of same form, so when you have same rational number, you called it as like numbers, okay? And if you are adding two different irrational number, you call these two terms as unlike terms, okay? These are the like terms, okay? So the answer of this will be 2 root 3, which is again irrational number. The answer of this will be this only, so root 2 plus root 3, because you cannot add these two numbers. Okay, so are you getting my point? Yes. Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Just tell me.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So what you have to do is you have to apply the rules which we used in addition, subtraction or mathematical operations of your variables. Okay, so you have to use same rules for addition, subtraction of irrational number or addition, subtraction of rational and irrational number. Rational number you know, but when you are adding one rational number and irrational number, then you have to use those rules. Okay, so you have to do this homework. So you have to find out the decimal form of root 10, root 18 and root 14 and root 69, I guess, right? Root 69, okay? And then one more thing you need to understand. When you are adding two irrational numbers, multiplying two like irrational numbers. So what is like irrational numbers? With same value, okay? So root 3 is like irrational number. Root 2 will be like irrational numbers, okay? Root 5 or 2 root 3 and 4 root 3 is also like irrational numbers. So when you are adding, multiplying or multiplying, not adding, when you are multiplying or dividing two like irrational numbers, you will tend to get rational form. Now, how is that possible? So see, root 3 into 4 root 3. Tell me the answer of this. Yes.
4 into 3.
Yes. So it will be 4 into 3. Why 4 into 3? Because root 3 into root 3 will be 3, right? And this will be 4. So 4 into 3 will be 12. So don't you feel the multiplication of two like terms we will tend to get answer in the rational number form? Yes. When you are multiplying, so it can be anything. Okay. So let's say 5 root 7. 5 root 7 into let's say 3 root 7. So what will be the answer of this?
Ma'am, 15 into 7.
And that will be how much?
105.
105.
Very good. Tell me the answer of this.
Ma'am, 6 into 8, which is 48.
Very good. So have you understood? So when you are multiplying two like irrational numbers, then you will tend to get answer in the rational number form. Okay. And when you are dividing two like irrational numbers, let's say 3 root 8 divided by 2 root 8. What will be the answer of this? Will it be 1.5?
1.58 into 8.
How 8? Yes, Siddhant.
No, sorry. Ma'am, but it will be 8 only, na?
How
No.
come?
1,
We are
1,
not
1.
multiplying, we are dividing
One.
it, right? So this 8 root 8 will get cancelled. See, you need to apply same rules that we use for variables, no? So 3x upon 2x will be how much? This xx will get cancelled, na?
Yes, ma'am.
So we will get 1.5.
Yes, ma'am.
So you tell me the answer of this. 4 root 5 divided by 5 root 5. What will be the answer of this?
Ma'am, 5 root 5 will get cancelled.
And you will get 0.0.
0.
8.
So this will be the answer. So if you see, if you are dividing two like irrational number, then you will tend to get answer in the rational number form.